One of the questions I got recently was about like what are the biggest challenges that someone faces when they're starting a business? And I kind of want to pose that to you because I feel like a lot of times we see this idea that well everybody should just have a business or it's so easy, and not only that, once you have a business it should be just so easy to scale it to 1, 10, $100 million. And it's like there are challenges and every one of those stages present different challenges. But well, for someone just starting out, what are some of those biggest challenges you think they face?
So let me take one step back. The statement that everybody should be entrepreneurs, I don't buy that.
Right.
Like I think, like society's built on people doing lots of different things. We need people who are going to be scientists. We need people who are going to be academics. We need people who are going to be political leaders. Like all those roles need to be filled. So I don't think I hear stuff like entrepreneurship is. I believe entrepreneurship is a powerful force for positive social change, but it exists with a societal structure. You know,
Right.
and so I don't think everyone should be doing it. Um, the challenges that people face when they go into it are really, I'd say, threefold in terms of categories. They're relational, personal, and then kind of technical. At the personal level, you just you gotta have the resilience, right? Or the anti-fragility. That I remember I got a book my one of my parents gave me when I first started down the entrepreneurial path. And I don't remember anything in the book except the opening line, which was "Welcome to the Club of Terror."
Mm,
And I loved it. Like I thought, what a great framing because it means everybody has that experience. So you have to go into the entrepreneurial experience knowing it's going to be hard, right? And so the mental game of kind of going, oh my God, I did those 7 things and they didn't work. I really have to do the eighth one. Yeah, you do. And so you gotta toughen up your skin to be able to do that without losing your humanity and compassion and kindness and all of that too, right? So that the mental game of it is hard. And that's one of the major challenges that people have to overcome. And it's actually some of that research that said that optimists or that entrepreneurs are optimists. Some of the implication of that is that's why a lot of businesses don't grow, is because they start a business thinking everyone's going to love my idea. They find
right.
out it's harder. And so then they get to a certain level of economic security and they're like, frick, I'm not doing anything else. I don't
Right.
want to take any more risk. And so that sort of stabilizes where they are, but they don't go to that next level of getting to that 10 million, 100 million, whatever it is, because it's too scary or too hard. Whereas if you're always growing, you're going to get to the next piece. I said the second challenge is kind of relational. Entrepreneurship is a really interesting form of leadership. And a lot of entrepreneurs actually don't see themselves as leaders. They see themselves as sort of creators or service providers or, people who are solving a problem or people who are selling things, like different sort of identities. Um, and so they have to have peer-to-peer relationships with others and suppliers. Then they have to have a mentor leadership role with their staff. Then they have to have an external sort of confident interaction in the marketplace. So they're at a relational level, it requires a certain kind of agility, right? To be able to shift how you relate to people based on power structures, economic relationships, personal relationships. And that's sometimes a surprising challenge for people. And so they have to kind of grow into that. The successful entrepreneurs are the ones I find that are really successful at that. And then the third are just technical. Like business is a skill set, right? Like you don't get to just go out onto a basketball court and think you're going to be in the NBA, right? Like you got to do some training and you got to learn the skills. So business is the same thing. There's a whole set of skills. And most people go into entrepreneurship because of a personal passion, because they've got some technical expertise, or maybe they were forced into it by circumstances. But it's pretty rare that somebody does it because they went, I've done 5 years of study of business and I'm going to now deploy my new set of skills to my own enterprise. Like that's rare,
Right.
right? So most people enter into it and they're kind of, there's that old saying, they're kind of building the plane in the air. And so you have to cultivate those skills. So I'd say that the main, you can go deep into each of those three areas, but categorically, those are the three major chunks of challenges that people face.